What is up guys, Eyasu here. Welcome to another installment of the Raw Free Kick series. If you have followed this series, you will know that backspins are my absolute worst enemy. I just cannot seem to get rid of backspins. And you guys, being the awesome supporters that you are, shared some great tips on my last Raw Free Kick video to help me out. And your comments were actually the reason I decided to review my technique. I mean, I can bend the ball, right? I've done it all my life. In fact, my curve technique has become my default setting. It's my go-to technique whenever I take a free kick. And I realized after going over my previous videos again that this was actually part of the problem as to why I couldn't do the knuckleball. I was stuck in this loop where I'd go out, get a series of backspin lobs instead of a knuckleball. I'd get frustrated, give up for a while, and then I'd do it all over again. But what I realized when I looked at the videos again was that I would subconsciously keep falling back to my curve technique. And of course, the problem with doing anything subconsciously is that you don't know you're doing it unless someone else points it out. And that's exactly what you guys did. So thank you. So after having this realization, I went back out and I decided to start all over again from scratch this time and break down each element of the knuckleball and then slowly put it all together to develop a new technique for myself. This session lasted just under 2 hours. The first thing I learned was the foot positioning, and when I started using the right part of my foot, this instantly stopped the backspin issue I was having, but I was still hitting the ball in the wrong spot. So I was using the right part of my foot, but I was hitting the wrong part of the ball, and instead of a backspin, I was now getting side spin. When I then fixed that issue and started connecting with the ball correctly, that's when my shots started to resemble something that actually looked like the knuckleball. Now, the next problem was that the shots were too high. They just kept going over the bar and I couldn't seem to keep them down. I must mention at this point, if you haven't noticed, that there is a strong wind blowing directly against the direction that I'm kicking. And also, because I was already leaning forward when I was taking the shots, I assumed that this was something I had no control over because of the wind. Until I started tinkering with my follow through, trying to make it shorter and shorter. And I developed this weird hop after each shot. I don't think I've seen anyone else do this, so I don't know. It looks a bit weird, but it actually worked. I might grow out of it as my technique develops, but during this session and for the time being, it helped me make the ball stay low. I think it was because I was trying to stop so abruptly that it gave me a way to exert that extra energy which would have otherwise been in my follow through. I obviously still have a lot of practicing to do, but I was so surprised to have learnt what I did in this one session, especially since my main goal was mainly just to stop my backspin. I also can't believe the amount of extra power I'm getting by still using the same amount of energy simply because I'm hitting the ball in the correct spot. And I think the shots will still speed up even more when I'm not kicking against the wind. Even the wall I was using kept blowing over. I would have just let them lay down because it was so frustrating constantly picking it up, but I needed at least one to stay up to use as a height reference. They're about 10 meters away from where the ball is, and the shortest one stands at 6 foot. So over the next few raw sessions, I'm gonna be trying to improve and refine my knuckleball technique, see if I can get rid of that weird hop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is by far the most rewarding raw yet. I really am happy now that I know how to do the knuckleball. It's something that has really been annoying me over the last few raw sessions, and I really do thank you guys for leaving those comments because they were super helpful. If you have any more questions or comments you'd like to tell me or let me read, leave them down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Peace.